I was looking back to my videos and I noticed that in each tutorial I start with hello guys, so I decided not to say hello guys anymore, and I'm gonna start with these tutorials directly. So let's go to our Xcode. I've created a new example. I called it MK. You can call it anything you want. So this tutorial may be a little boring or nonsense, but for the sake of showing you all the objects, all the different objects in this library, I want to show you now. Okay, before I show you the new item or the new object, let's just drag a label, a UI label, and let's try to type anything we want and make it a little big so it can't fit on one line. Okay, so here's my label. Now let me try to make it okay, I'm trying to make it fit on the screen because it's now outside my screen. And as you have noticed, the font is getting smaller and smaller. Instead, I want it to be on multiple lines. So to do this with your label, you have to choose here how many lines do you want it to be displayed on. But this is not efficient at all, because labels were meant to be just a few words, not paragraphs. So just delete this one. And if you want to use paragraphs inside your application, there's an object for that which is called UI text view. So drag a UI text view and place it in the middle and the center of your screen, and here it is. You can now edit it in any way you want. You can change the label and the text inside it, and as you can see, here's the text. You can modify it from here or double click on that and modify it from here. You can also change this by code, just like we did to the label. First of all, drag it to your .h file. Actually, I'm gonna do this in a fast way. So here's my .h file. I'm gonna control drag and call it my text view. And of course, in my view did load, I'm gonna delete all of these instead for the view did load, because I'm gonna implement it. Okay, so here's my view did load, and inside it I'm gonna say my text view dot text equals to, and make sure you type any nonsense sentences. So it's still typing, although I removed my hands from the keyboard. Okay, now this is my text view. If I run this program or this application on my simulator, I'd be getting this paragraph instead of this one, since the coding is stronger than what we do in the interface. Just keep in mind that whatever you do in the code will overwrite what you've done in your interface. So I thought that this tutorial will just take 2 minutes, but it's actually 4 minutes till now. So here's my nonsense sentences instead of the previous one. So if I were using a label instead, there will be an error with a problem with managing the number of lines, and they created this one text view just for the sake of paragraphs. One more thing about it, and this what makes it different than labels, is that you can edit it. So you can just modify it and press the return button, and you'll get okay. To remove the keyboard, you have to implement one more thing, but just like we did to our UI text view, a text field, this one, we have to implement a method to remove the keyboard. But the difference between the text view and our labels is that this can be edited. But what if I don't want to make it editable? Just press on this one. Okay, so here's my text view. I press on it, and here we have a behavior here. Just uncheck this one, and when you run your application you can't edit this paragraph. So if you want to add a paragraph to your application and you don't want the user to change it, just remove this one. And of course you can do it by code, but I just don't want you to get confused, and I don't like to type a lot of code. So if you want to do it by code, the code is actually okay. The code is, let's just go to our .m file. My text view dot, let's say, okay, here it is. So it's a boolean type, as you can notice here. Dot editable equals to yes. Actually, the default is yes, but if I want the user, I don't want the user to be able to edit this text, I will type no, and here it is, just one line of code. So I think that's all what I wanted to say. Okay, just one more thing about text view. Whenever you create a text view, you get this text, lorem ipsum dollar. I just wanted to know what does this mean. I'm too lazy to go and Google it, so if any one of you know, just leave me a comment, please. And okay, one more thing and one last thing. You can use these to help you. I'm not gonna explain about them, but they are pretty simple. So let's say return key means the enter key. When you press on this one, the keyboard will appear, and the enter key will say return. So if you want to change this one to, let's say, go or done or anything you want, this is pretty much the name of the return button on your screen, on your keyboard. You can just modify any one of these. So if you want your keyboard to be just numbers and punctuations, to be an email address with a phone pad, you can do this without writing any code, just by modifying these ones. So it's actually 8 minutes now, and this is all about UI text view. So hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye.